Hello, all of you expandifiers. Welcome back to another episode. Today we have a special guest. She thinks she's a common person, just another woman. But I think she is an amazing person. She has so much power and energy, and there's just so much fire within that she deserves to be mentioned as somebody that totally made it successfully. I mean, I'm gonna let you know a little bit about her before we introduce her, but I think that this is gonna be a lot of fun. Also, this is the first time we have that background. Check it out. I think it's amazing. I really like it. Just a little commercial. A shout out to the people that made it. Thank you very much, guys. So let me tell you what we're going to talk about today, because today we have a very special subject to touch that we're going to be discussing with our special VIP guest of the day. The subject is: do not make yourself be the victim. Don't act like you are a victim in order to achieve success in your life. So, who are we going to talk this subject with? She is from Salt Lake City, Utah. She lives there now, but she is originally from my beloved Venezuela. That's right, Venezuela, where there's all this heat and passion, and there's warriors and people don't give up in spite of everything. Those are her origins. So that makes a lot of sense, actually. She is a woman that has made her way through success all the way to the top. She, like I mentioned, she considers herself normal, but she's got a lot of very special qualities. Being humble is one of them, because she is amazing. She's had such a nice story to tell us today. She arrived in 1999 to the US, being 28 years old, and she started from zero, basically. At a low level job, uh-huh. And she even told me about having to take jobs as like a delivery pizza man, mhm, or customer service at IKEA, which is that just tells you that anybody can do it. There's so many stories of people arriving to the US, coming from another place, starting at the bottom, and then just working their way up the ladder like this woman did. It's amazing. I love these stories because they bring so much fire and power to the human being. It's like it has nothing to do with being born on the right star, or coming up with just an amazing idea that goes viral in one day. No, no. These are the true heroes of our society. People that, just they roll their sleeves and say, "This is my dream. I'm gonna make it, no matter what." Right? So this woman is just like that. Anyway, so she started like that, and then she climbed the ladder, starting on her own, taking it one step at a time, never giving up in spite of everything else that happened within her, around her, with her family, etc. So, and now she has become part of the director of the board of realtors in Utah. So she's up there. And now let me just give you this introduction, uh, and we're going to be talking to her. So don't you go anywhere and find the story behind the woman. All right, so we here with us Morelza Boratzuk.
Hola, too. How are you?
I am so happy to have you here. You look amazing, so cheerful as always.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the invitation, the time that you are taking to talking to me, and let's just have fun.
See, let's just have fun. I love interviewing people like you. It always makes my day.
Well, talking with people is one of the best things that you can do. You learn a lot. I have two things that I always think they are the best. One is talking to people, but even better, talking to people that they are from another culture.
Wow, that's real because you learn a lot, right?
You learn a lot. You learn and you love people in different ways when you know where they come from, everything that they have been going through.
That's amazing. So tell us more about you. Like your origin story. We want to know more.
Well, talking about me is one of the more difficult things that you can ask me, because people think that I am very outgoing and I can talk about me because they see me like, this person, whatever, she have achieved on many different things and stuff like that. But what I can tell you is that I don't like to talk about me. I really say all the time that in Spanish, we have that slogan, no? That say, tú eres el protagonista. So when you say that you are the one, it's really because I don't like much like over me, like story over me. I like to learn more like the story of others. But whatever, today you are putting that over me, so I can say a little bit,
Totally.
a little bit, okay? So I
See.
am from Venezuela. Venezuela is a beautiful country where I have the privilege to have been born there. I born in a very, very small town called Tucupita.
Wow.
Tucupita is in the middle of the jungle. We
Wow.
have the huge Orinoco River just across the street of my house,
Wow.
where when I was little, I just run across the street and jump on the river. So in the river, so was fun growing there. I would never change it for anything else. I My dad was an adventure person. Like he was always jumping and doing and well, he was amazing in that way. My mom was the calm lady,
Mhm.
that ones that do the balance. And I have the privilege to grow in a very, very, very like virgin place
Mhm.
that know everybody really have that opportunity. So
Mhm.
I am from there. I today, well, I have two kids. They are both in the university, so years have passed. They are not kids anymore, so I keep an eye on it. But they have their own life, both in different places. My son is still with me, but he's in the university, so he's busy. And today I just working as a realtor, and there is one of my patients. Well, let's say that like in different way. I work with people. I work with people for people, right? And
Mhm.
that is what I really love. That I have achieved some stuff, yes, I have, but it's because I like to give my time to be one of the directors of the board of realtors here in Salt Lake City. You
Mhm.
are not paid for. You give the time to help the organization and also the realtors and as well the people, the consumers, the clients. So
Wow.
you have to be willing to put a lot of effort and a lot of time to be somebody that can help others.
Wow. That's very nice. It's
Thank you.
very nice. Nice job. The way you say it, it's not just a job. It's like a crusade almost for you.
Yes, it's not that my ego is high, that I am X number here or there, or that no. The number one always for me is my client, not me.
That's that's very nice. Like I think it's a way that everybody should think. Like no matter what you do for life, no matter what your business or company is, you're there to serve and deliver.
But let me tell you something now that we are talking like this, like say deep. Um, I was not always like this. I mean, I think God has his ways. And he sent me to the United States not to have the American dream, because I was having my dream in Venezuela already. I was doing well, I was happy, everything was going well. When I came to the United States, um, something changed, and I always compare myself with the 9/11. Of course, don't have nothing to be with, and of course, I cannot say all the life they were lost, right? But from inside of me, something changed like that. I was having my ego as high as the towers, and something, boom, went there and destroyed everything. And
Wow.
I had to start over from the scratch. So I would say that God sent me to the United States to put my ego down and learn how to be humble.
Wow, that's very interesting. And the fact that you say it that way, So, what happened? What happened that your ego was brought down that way?
Well, that the ego is never good. I would say that everybody has to have a little bit, but it's
Mhm,
like a recipe. If you put too much,
mhm,
if you put too much salt, it's too salty, you don't want it. If you
mhm.
put too little, oh, don't have the flavor, right? So you
Correct.
have to know exactly where to have that. And it's the ingredient that maybe can change that for good or for bad. So I would say that my mom was like the more humble person that I know in my life. I can compare her with the La Madre Teresa. She wanna be a nun, and she just met my dad, who was crazy, and they just marry and have me, and I'm glad for that. I have another two brothers, and we are all different. um, but what made me feel that finally had to change my life was when I saw that my mom passed away. That day when my mom passed away, um, I received, I cannot count the numbers of calls that I received. And we were here in the United States, and call from Venezuela to the United States always have been expensive, always have been difficult. And all those people reaching to me, talking well about my mom, I say, how come is this lady is or was as amazing as people can see it? I don't feel that way with myself. And something changed. That much change that sometimes before my mom passed away, I never see myself like her. People say, you look a little bit like your mom, but today I look a lot like my mom. I see myself on the mirror sometimes and I say, hello, Luisa. Like I see my mom there. And more than the physical side, I I am glad that I finally saw and keep from her beautiful heart for people,
Nice.
like to give them what the people need, the people deserve. Everybody, I don't like the word deserve, but people in general, is the only way that I use deserve. It's like you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be a good person, and but sometimes situations in life make you don't feel that way. And if I can help you with something to feel happy and to see inside of you how good you are, because we all are good. Of course, there are few over there that just God know why they are bad people. But those ones that they are just a little bit lost,
Mhm.
you can make it. Just don't be the victim. You just can make it. Just put your vision somewhere, believe in yourself, and you can make it happen.
Nice, nice. You mentioned this. Don't be the victim.
Yeah.
How come it's a subject so close to your heart? Like, what happened?
Well, when I was little, I was my dad's daughter, like the baby of the house. I was the only daughter, the only girl. We were three. I am the oldest, but I was my dad's everything. And one day he decided to leave my mom. That was okay. At that age for me was not okay, but I understood later, right? But he also left mm, his kids. So the three of us were with my mom. He was the one, bringing more money to the house. He was in a very really good position. We have I cannot say that I have a bad like a time when I was little. I had the best time of my life when I was little. But the day that he left, he kind of died for us. He would never come back. Was difficult. So I started being the victim. I saw all my friends. I don't have more that car. I don't have more that opportunity. I don't have more this. I don't have more that. I always was the victim because my dad left me, because my dad left, because my dad. So I was the victim for many years. Um, and when I came to the United States, I was having a fantastic life in Venezuela. And I said, okay, because of this, oh my gosh, and poor me, and why I cannot. So years passed, and I was in that hole, like that dark. And finally, years later, I say, it's enough. Sometimes you have to say, it's enough. Sometimes you don't see it, but you have to look inside when you are not doing okay and see why. And why? I was the victim for myself, always. Like,
Mm.
so I make myself a victim. I was healthy, I was good, I was everything, but I was a victim. So if you don't close that book and say the victim is going to fire, um, and you burn that book, you cannot keep going.
Interesting.
That take you to the bottom, and you have wings. You have to fly, and you have to let that go. You cannot be the victim.
Wow, that's very good anecdote actually. I've seen this. I've seen this. Just to second, your viewpoint and what you say. This lesson that is very important. Obviously, I've lived my life, and I can tell there were moments that I was, I don't know, kind of expecting for the sky to open up and all the opportunities to just come down and descend upon me without me really having to try. And thinking back to those early days, yeah, I wasn't happy, you know. I was expecting for everything to just fall right on my lap and be able to live forever after, with joy and ease, without having to struggle and go through. And that did not make me the person that I am today.
Exactly. So those two things, don't be the victim, right? Is important. And like I mentioned before, I deserve. I deserve to be rich. I deserve, well, work on it to be. It's not that you deserve. No, no. You have to work the stuff that you want. You don't deserve anything. Like if you are unhealthy, it's because maybe I don't say that everybody, but maybe if you are not eating well, you are not taking care of yourself, you are not. So it's not that I deserve to be healthy. Well, eat healthy and you will be okay, etc., etc. I am not saying that we cannot be sick. We will be sick for sure sometimes, but it's not that the deserve is a word that I really don't like it at all, because you have what you deserve because you work on it or not.
Correct. Correct. See,
Yes,
so it makes you, yeah, you have to become the opposite of a victim, right?
absolutely. Yeah, you have to be the one that has the wheel of your life in your hands.
Hmm.
You are the one that turn one way or the other, or you go astray, or whatever you have to do, but you are the captain of your life.
Totally. How did this help you, like on your businesses, on a day to day? How does this mindset pushes you forward?
Well, your mindset is the most important thing. If you are negative, you know, I don't say that life is easy. It's not. Everyone is living something that maybe don't make easy your day, but this depends how you see it and how you confront that. Can be your tire is down and you say, oh my gosh, I have this meeting in 30 minutes, I will be not able to switch it, right? Well, you never know why that tire was really down. It's important, yes. Was a surgery open heart surgery? No. So you have to be calm. I was always no. I have my moments when I cannot be calm because I am like desperate when things change. Sometimes the changes for me are difficult to manage. But if you know what is the end of everything that you are doing, and that you know that you maybe can go here and there, if you are clear with what you want, you can manage the rest of the stuff. Depends on how you see problems,
Hmm.
you can have the solutions. And if you see problems just as a problem and not with solutions, you are stuck. Like if the tire is down, okay, what is the solution? Change it. Can I change it? No. Okay, let me call somebody. Okay, I can change it. Okay, my clothes is not appropriate. Okay, let me see. Whatever, Um, and I say the tire because happened to me all the time. I go to to show houses in new constructions, and there are nails everywhere. So my tires many times are low because of that. So in the beginning was crazy, and after I say, okay, it's just a tire. Somebody will help me, or I will try to do it. So
Um,
life is like that. You have moments, and if you don't go well with those moments, that can affect the rest of your stuff, your life, or your moment, or your day, or your whatever.
mm. Well, that's very interesting because it also you I talk to all these people, all these business owners, all these people are entrepreneurs, people with, either in the government or they've had a successful career for 20 years. They own many companies, and it's interesting that I ask them, what was the key behind your success? Uh-huh. And they say, I'm expecting for them to say, marketing, or I studied this particular book and I applied it, and then my business took off from there. No, I haven't had a single person from, I don't know how many interviews I've done now, so many now. uh, all of them say a specific ingredient that actually has to do with something from within.
I think I have two ingredients. Like the first one, I always say, be ready. You be ready. So prepare yourself, read, study, whatever you have to do to be ready inside,
Hmm.
because when the moment arrives, you can conquer that moment. There is where you, right? So
Yeah.
first that. And second, I really, really think that you have to be around people that they think bigger than you. No, it's that the people is better than you. Nobody's better than you. But people that think different than you, they can inject to you all those ideas, all those ways, all those. When I have a problem, I say, what? Which one of my friends? Which one of my colleagues? Which one of those people that I am around can give me a good advice about it?
Mm.
So that thing they say you are the like the median of the five people that are you are around with is not is true. But also when you are the leader, the biggest one on the room, you have to move to another room. That is true. Because you are giving, it's okay. And I love to give. But in
Mhm.
the same time, if I don't give to myself also something that complement that, I cannot be growing. I cannot grow, and I cannot keep going and offering something good. So those two advice I think are, from my point of view, one of the most important one. Be with the people that really help you to grow,
Okay.
and the other one is, well, you also have to be positive and all that, right? But
Mhm.
if you manage, those two that I already said, those are the most important one from my point of view. Prepare yourself and be with people that they help you to grow. Yeah, you can call that your partner,
Mhm.
husband, wife, whatever, your friends, your
Mhm.
business partner, everybody that is part of your world. And if you don't feel that they are enough good, help them to be better, but you also keep going and helping and finding people that help you as well.
Good. So, okay, good. So, I have to surround myself, the people that are going to
Absolutely.
uplift me, inspire me,
Yes.
help me be better.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay,
That is
good.
what I think is, after you are good with yourself,
Hmm.
or when you are looking to see who can help you to be better. Because if you are there, oh my gosh, I pour me again, you don't go anywhere.
Correct.
And,
Excellent.
and sometimes you don't see that you need somebody. But when you are at that moment that you feel that bad and you don't know what to do, you need somebody. Look for somebody. And those people are, I'm sure, are willing to help you. Because if they maybe already passed for what you passed. Remember my New York Towers? I'm sorry, I totally forget. Okay,
Twin
so
Towers.
exactly. So they hit I was like with that aeroplane that hit it and came down. When I was there, nobody helped me because I don't ask for help either. But nobody maybe pay attention that I was down. Somebody pay attention that you are down. Let them help you. Because sometimes our ego again is too high that you say, no, I am perfect, I am good. Nobody, I don't need anybody. We always need somebody. We always do.
Excellent. Okay, good. So those were three things that you gave us today. To help other people be successful. Now, you never mentioned, and I was waiting for you to say it actually, just to test you. You never said that you are actually the first Latin American woman to be part of the group that you are, right?
Well, I am the first voice of our Latin community in that board. It's the voice. It's not me. It's the voice they represent these thousands of people. They are here, at least in Utah, and they finally can be here and noted. Because I can say this 100% because I was with 16 another 15 people in the room when they were talking and talking was kind maybe of my first or second meeting with them, and you feel like, oh my gosh, it's like that one that you are just going in for first time and you don't know anybody. And I say, so in the end they say something else, and I went like, me? And they say, yeah, what do you need or what you can say? And say, okay, so we are discussing now this and this and this, and I think we need to maybe look a little bit to the market, the Latin market, because who is not in this table agree that the Latin market has grown, and everybody say, yeah, it's true, it's huge. Say, okay, so why we are not paying attention about this market? I mean, my market, my people. And the past president at that moment was sitting next to me, and she just turned to me and say, I am really sorry that I did not pay attention last year. You are right. We just don't know. We know you are there, but we don't pay attention. You are right. And the next president said, you are totally right. It's in my one of my priorities this year. So when you finally, and my tears came down that moment because I say, finally, is a voice here that today is mine, but I hope tomorrow will be whoever is coming after me, and be there to make the difference for our community. For me, is the biggest thing that we can do.
Nice. You go, girl. You have the power.
I try. I don't have the power. I have the voice. Well, the
You are
voice
the
is our
voice.
power.
The voice is your power.
Yes, it totally
How
is.
many how many people do you reach out, like day to day, or
Well, you have your goals, and in this business, if you don't talk, at least, or like let's say business is busy. Sometimes people are working, but at least with at least 5 people a day, like talking about business. But
Mhm.
when I say that, I smile all the time because I say that is what I have in my database that I know at least five, because 5 by 5 is 25 people a day, a week. That
Mhm.
would be 100 a month. So
Mhm.
is people say just five? Well, but when you go to the supermarket, when you go anywhere you go, you are real estate. You are the person that help people.
Mhm.
I always say, I heard the other day a realtor doing a marketing, right? And he say, because we sell homes. And I say, we don't sell homes. We sell houses where the people made the houses home.
Mhm.
And I say, you don't sell homes. It's like kind of what I really want is the people to be happy. I have clients that sometimes, we are under contract and they say, Morelza, I saw this another house. Can we? I know, I'm sorry. I said, sorry, no, will be your house forever or maybe for many years. Which one do you want? You don't want the one we are right now? It's okay. Let's make it happen. So
Nice.
cancel this one and try the other one or whatever, right? So you have to be open with the people. You talk and talk and talk with people all day. You just and with my work in the board, we even talk more because it's a diversity of jobs that I do. I do my own business, my the one that, let's say, generate money, right? They make me have my car, my house, or whatever.
Mhm.
But the other job that I have, is to help. uh, of course, the other one is mixed with help, but the help that I can provide every day to anybody that reach me. Do you have a good lawyer for this? Do you have something like that? Like, where can I buy a car with not too high interest? Because we have many immigrants coming right now from Venezuela. They don't know how they can rent without papers. When people reach me for that, that made my day, because it's how can I give to the community more than anything else.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, I love you as a person. I think you are amazing. I can feel the heart, the warmth, the dedication, the willingness, to
Thank you.
not just make it for yourself, but help others make it as well. And I think that is amazing.
Well, you are doing the same, doing this work right now. You are trying to give to the people through these
Podcast.
videos, this
Yes.
exactly these programs, something for them to help them to
Mhm.
grow.
That's right. That's right. That's we do it with love, so we're gonna keep on doing it. So,
Totally.
thank you very much for being here today. I loved everything that you say. It was very nice talking to you.
Thank you very much. And as is, some of you are listening me, my English is my second language. And I can tell you, if you don't try, you will never can do it. So it's not perfect, never will be. I always will have this accent and many mistakes, but just try. Believe
Correct.
in yourself.
Correct.
And
Totally
don't be
correct.
the victim. No
Don't be a
victims.
victim. Don't be a victim. That's right. Well, thank
Thank
you
you.
very much. No,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you to everybody.
And
Be
we're gonna
safe.
see you. We're gonna see you in the next episode, all of you out there. So don't miss it. We have more stories, more interesting tips and tricks, and a lot more coming up soon, very soon, in this channel that is made for you to help you get ideas, tips, inspiration, tricks, etc., information, anything that we can provide to you for free so that you can keep on going after that goal of becoming as successful as you want, making your business as big, powerful, and amazing as you've always dreamed it will be one day, because you're going to do that. You're going to make it, because you're not going to be a victim. You're going to be the warrior that you've always been within. So don't miss out. And remember to check us out at expandifiers.com for more information and data of what we can do for you to help you take you where you want to go. So thank you very much, Morelza, and goodbye to you all.
Thank you.